how you see Mayweather versus Canelo? I mean, me myself personally, I just think it's an easy fight, man. I think Canelo, even if Canelo was experienced, Mayweather will beat him. I think Mayweather's gonna beat him easy. How do you see that fight going?
I'm gonna tell you something.
Mm.
My boxing opinion tells me Mayweather all day. My boxing opinion, he's a better fighter,
Yeah.
and he has a system of beating him. But the business aspect, I don't see it. I think personally, I'm gonna call something out that's very weird and strange. I don't see.
Elaborate why.
I think that Floyd will lose that fight on decision.
Whoa! Wow!
Whoa.
I know how boxing contracts work. See, people don't understand something. The networks do control boxers. That's why we are forced to do what we have to do. And we do certain things in America that y'all don't have to do overseas in Europe. That's why you see certain fights that you normally wouldn't see because fighters have to go down in weight or go up in weight to achieve a certain amount of financial money. Floyd's contract, just like all the HBO and Showtime contracts speculate, that if he gets beat, the contract's breached all the way, so it can be negotiated. I don't think that a network want to pay Floyd that kind of money. So if they get him beat, they can renegotiate the contract. So I think with Canelo, think about it. If Canelo loses to Floyd, it's easy selling for him to get that money, right?
Yeah.
So think about if he was a network and you had a $300 million contract with a fighter, right? Just like with James Toney and Roy Jones, to get the Roy Jones-James Toney fight, they gave Roy Jones James Toney's contract. And after that, Roy Jones was only getting a few $1 million to fight, and Oscar De La Hoya was getting a lot of money. So it's a popularity contest. See, like I told you, that's why I got out of boxing. I love boxing. Love it with all my heart. I hate the business.
Yeah.
And that's the problem. See, there's boxing, and then there's the boxing business. And in America, boxing business is the number priority, not the fighter. It's not about the fighter. I don't care who you are. It's always about the business in America. So Floyd, I just see it that Canelo may either get a decision, because Floyd can't knock him out. His hands are too brittle for that one. You know what I'm saying? I think Floyd hurt man hitting that man. That man's a chrome manion. Okay, he's gonna put a lot of pressure on Floyd. I see the amount of punches landed by Floyd, but I see Floyd hurting his hand and looking very complacent in that fight and being able to steal the fight from Floyd so they can make a rematch will be more money. Okay, because if he beats Canelo, it's easy selling. After that, think about it. Who can he fight that's a challenge to Floyd?
Yeah, that's what I was saying because in the 6-fight deal, I had Canelo at the end, not now. But because but I didn't think. But because they said the ratings wasn't good with the Guerrero, I know why the ratings wasn't good with Guerrero because Floyd didn't work. What happened is that you see the tours, what he was supposed to do, he didn't want to do them. He thought I don't need to do them, and because he didn't go around touring with Guerrero, hyping up the fight all around the country, that's why the numbers didn't do so good, in my opinion. But the numbers did all right, but they wasn't like big numbers. I heard.
Showtime lost. Understand something? Like I said, boxing is so much harder in America. Let me show you something.
All right.
Showtime lost $12 million in that fight. They lost money. Okay? It wasn't had to do with Guerrero. It had to do with people don't really know Guerrero. See, understand? See, Floyd is so popular, and either they hate him or they love him. At the level, he's got to fight a guy like Canelo. Okay? At that level. Guerrero is a featherweight that went up to welterweight, beat a guy that nobody knew, right? Is not highly touted. It ain't like Guerrero had a year or 2 years to fight at welterweight and groom his name in, okay, as a credible opponent for Mayweather. He won a welterweight title. His next fight was Floyd Mayweather. You know what I'm saying? So it's like he had no time for grooming. Like I said, America, it works very different here. You got to build a foundation. It takes a lot longer for them to build a credibility stand up before you can be recognizable to fight a guy like a Floyd Mayweather or anybody on top. So Canelo, like I said, if Floyd's in a no-win situation, if he loses a decision, he can't win, right? If he gets knocked out, he really can't win because Canelo's younger. So he's kind of stuck in a weird criteria. And he had to fight Canelo because Showtime lost $12 million. So for him to prove himself, he has to fight the guy he would have fought his last fight. He has to fight him now. And I just don't think, just my boxing opinion, boxing business would tell me that no money in Floyd winning that fight.
Yeah, that's why I think he's gonna stop him. I think he's gonna stop him. I think he's gonna beat him up, man. He's gonna have to stand his ground and beat him up because you see his dad in the last fight of the Guerrero. Floyd would have stopped Guerrero, but his dad didn't get the gum shield in his mouth quick enough. There was a point in that fight where Floyd was landing everything, and then it came to the corner and Guerrero looked this. He didn't know what the heck was going on, and then the dad didn't put the gum shield, and a second later he kind of lost his flow, his rhythm. Floyd, his natural instinct is just to box. But when he's got you on the back foot, when he can see it since that you're dying, Floyd will go in there for the kill. Against Canelo, like we were saying about he had a fight with Matthew Hatton, Ricky Hatton's brother, and that was like somewhat competitive fight. Okay, it was time ago, but it was a hard fight for him. I think if Floyd can land enough punches on Canelo's face, and I think Canelo's face can puff up or cut, I think eventually he might be able to stop him. But for that, he has to commit, and I think he might want to stop. I think he needs to stop Canelo. You know,
I don't see it. I don't see it.
You don't see it. I don't think.
No,
why do you think Canelo? He's that hard to hit. Like the guys he's been fighting, he ain't fought no one really in his weight class. Like
No.
you know, go on.
See, the thing with Floyd. See, the thing with Guerrero, so you know the information. I went to the gym I went to the gym before Floyd for Guerrero to interview him, and I was in the gym with him. Floyd has very brittle hands. The problem with Floyd is the same thing over and over and over. The reason he couldn't take Guerrero out because he hurt his hand. See, when Floyd hurts his hands in fights, what happens is that disables him, and he becomes like a handicapped fighter. He's got one arm. Okay, so with a big guy like Canelo, trying to hurt Canelo with one arm is not going to work. And you know what I'm saying? So the problem is, Floyd. And remember, he's fighting a much bigger guy. So I guarantee Floyd's going to hurt his hand. Because Canelo is like a Mexican Mike Tyson, we call him. Okay, he is. Like,
but what about the weight? What about the weight? Because remember, it's not at 154. It's at 152, and obviously he has to stay that weight until the weigh-in. Then he can allow to blow up. You know what I'm saying? What do you think about that little factor? Isn't that going to help?
Well, that factor is not going to change for Canelo because Canelo's losing only 2 pounds. Think about it. He fights 154. So if he fight 154, 2 pounds ain't going to hurt him. You know what I'm saying? So you got to understand. So if Canelo is going to be fighting him, every time Floyd hits him, it's going to be like peas hitting a gorilla. Okay? If you're shooting a pellet gun at a gorilla, that's what it's going to be like. Because Floyd's shots, compared to what Canelo's going to be getting hit with, ain't going to be that effective. And then Floyd's going to hurt his hand again. Because Canelo is too hard to be punched like that. So like I said, I don't see a good performance out of this fight for Floyd because I see him boxing, right? Now, he would have to go in the ring and lighten up his power, throw fast punches at Canelo, and not try to hurt this man at all. Just go in there for the 12-round decision and just take it and run. But Floyd's going to try to hurt him. And that's what fighters do. Yeah. And I see Floyd hurting his hand, and I see the fight can be snatched from him because he'll look, lackadaisical on his performance like he did with Guerrero. And now imagine, he fought Guerrero, and Guerrero's a featherweight moving all the way up to welterweight, and he hurt his hand. What's he going to do with a man that's a middleweight that he hits and hurts his hand? You see what I'm saying? Yeah. So you can't. Once you break, I broke my hand back in 1989. I broke my hand. Yeah. And you have one arm. I had to fight 5 rounds with one arm. And when you got one arm, and Floyd's had to do that many occasions. Yeah. It ain't the first time he's done it. He's done it maybe 10 times. Okay. So it's nothing to him to do it again. But the difference is he's finding a man that's bigger and that can tolerate whatever shot Floyd throws at him. Not that Canelo's going to land anything, but the key is that he'll be going forward, he'll be pressing the action. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. Floyd can't stand in the corner like he does with his shoulder in a place because if he stands in the corner like that, Canelo's going to punch that arm. You know what I'm saying? And that's, so it's not a good fight for him right now. I would have took it at the end of my career. Yeah. Right? Last fight. But forced because Showtime lost $12 million.